Hello everyone. In last class, we discussed about what do you mean by planning, what is its importance of planning in an organization as well as in our daily real life. Now, in today's class, we will discuss about what are the features of planning, as in what kind of features or characteristics we need to learn in the case of planning. So, let's start with our very first feature. Planning focuses on achieving objectives. What does that mean? Planning focuses on achieving objectives, as in we all know about what should be done. As in case of planning, we decided that what should be done, when it should be done, how it should be done, as well as who is going to perform that particular task. They all things are come with some particular steps, or I must say these all kind of plans or all kind of strategies are formulated with the help of planning. It should be controlled or measured or monitored so that each and every task should be observed that particular task is doing great or not, as well as particular resources are utilized on optimum manner or not, my particular plan is followed on a regular basis or not. If my planning is doing well, then it will help us to achieve our organizational goals. But if our planning is not doing well, then we need to recognize or we need to reform new plan so that our organization will achieve targets on time. So let's understand. Organizations are set up with a general purpose in view. Specific goals are set out in the plan along with the activities to be undertaken to achieve the goals. Thus, planning is purposeful. Planning has no meaning unless it contributes to the achievement of predetermined organizational goals. We can't define that planning is not only the purpose, that it can't help to the organizational goals. It can help, as it helps to certain, it helps to maintain your uncertain activities also. Clear? Next feature is planning is a primary function of management. Yeah, in case of functions of management, we had already discussed about. In case of functions of management, we had already discussed about there are 5 functions, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and last but not least, controlling. We had already discussed about these kind of functions of management in chapter 1. So it is also the feature that planning is the major or core function of management. It is the primary function of management, as in without planning you can't do or you can't follow any other function. As in without planning you don't know how to organize, how to, which staff you need to recruit, or how to give a direction, or how to do a control. That's why planning is a basically major or primary function of management. Planning lays down the base for other functions of management. See, it lays down the base for other functions of management. Other functions means organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. All other managerial functions are performed within the framework of the plans drawn. Thus, planning precedes other functions. This is also referred to as the primacy of planning. The various functions of management are interrelated. All these functions are interrelated. Clear, my friends? And equally important, however, planning provides basis of all other functions. It will give base so that each and every function can perform accordingly. Clear? Next, our third feature is planning is pervasive. Yeah, our third feature is planning is pervasive. Pervasive means anything which can be allied or applied at each and every stage, each and every organization, each and every department, or each and every level of the organization. As in, it has to be applied on middle level, top level, lower level also. It is applied on separate departments also. It is applied on different organizations also. So pervasive, there is a planning is a pervasive, as in it is applied at each and every place, each and everywhere we require to achieve our organizational goals, which helps us to achieve our organizational goals. How? See, planning is required at all levels of management. It requires at all level of management, as well as in all departments of the organizations. It is not an exclusive function that you don't have to formulate a plan, or you don't need required to plan in only middle level management or lower level management. You need to require planning in each and every stage. Wherever or whatever the target you want to achieve, you need planning. It is not an exclusive function of top management nor of any particular department, but the scope of planning differs at different levels and among different departments. See the example, my friends, that for example, the top management undertakes planning for the organization as a whole. Middle management undertakes the departmental planning, as the lowest level day-to-day operational planning is done by supervisors. Like in case of top management, they deal with the strategy formulation, I must say. They deal with strategy formulation or making a decision making. In case of middle level management, planning helps in case of middle level organization, planning will help that each and every department, how each and every department should work, what kind of work they can be done, or how the targets they have to be achieved. In case of lower level management, they need to base the day-to-day basis targets, they need to achieve day-to-day plans, they need to formulate or implement the day-to-day strategies formulated by their superiors. So the all kind of things comes under the feature of planning, that you require planning at each and every stage wherever you want to achieve your targets. Next is planning is continuous process. Yeah, is planning is continuous process, my dear friends? Yeah, planning is to be continued process. It won't be a single time process. It to be continued at each and every stage, each and every phase, each and every function, each and every level, so that whenever you can observe that your plan is going to be worked. If your plan A is going to be worked, is going to be fulfilled, then it's fine. But if your plan is A is not working, then you need to change your plan, you need to modify your plan, that is plan B, plan C, etc. As in, अगर आपने जितने भी प्लान्स बनाए हैं अगर वो फुलफिल नहीं हो रहे तो हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव कैसे होगा? अगर हमको if you want to achieve our organizational objective, then we need to prepare plan and best plan and to monitor them, as well as it should be properly followed, it should be continuously maintained, as in this particular thing in my plan is followed or not, this particular thing is out of my plan, this particular thing is as per my plan. So you need to follow all these things. Clear? Plans are prepared for a specific period of time, maybe for a month, of quarter, or a year. Yeah. At the end of that period, there is a need for a new plan to be drawn on the basis of new requirements and future conditions. Obviously, because planning is not for only a particular time period. It should be for a particular objective or particular goal, but it's not the end. You need to frame a new goals, new targets, new plans for each and every time whenever you require. Hence, planning is a continuous process. Continuity of planning is related with the planning cycle. It means that a plan is framed, it is implemented and is followed by another plan and so on. What does that continuity process means? That plan is framed, it is implemented and is followed by another plan and so on. Clear, my friends? In this paragraph, you must underline this also, that there is a need for a new plan to be drawn on the basis of new requirements and future conditions, hence planning is a continuous process. This question also can be came in exam as in a single line, as in please explain how planning is a continuous process. So you need to learn this kind of stuff. Clear, my friends? Next, planning is futuristic. Planning is always deal with the future, always deal with the uncertain activities, always deal with the what kind of targets I have to achieve in future. That's why planning should be made not for now or not for today. It should be made what I should be achieved or what I need to achieve after this particular period of time. That's why planning deals with the futuristic approach. See, planning essentially involves looking ahead and preparing for the future. The purpose of planning is to meet future events effectively to the best advantage of an organization. What's the purpose of planning? Is to meet future events. It implies peeping into the future, analyzing it and predicting it. Planning is therefore regarded as a forward-looking function based on forecasting. Planning is regarded as forward-looking function based on forecasting. It forecasts to the other functions of management. Through forecasting, future events and conditions are anticipated and plans are drawn accordingly. Thus, thus, for example, sales forecast is on the basis on which a business firm prepares its annual plan for production and sales. For example, we are preparing a forecasting or we are preparing a budget of a company that this particular amount, for example, 100 crore should be sanctioned for costing purpose, for your raw material purpose. Now you need to plan a forecast or plan a budget according to 100 crores only. You can't go beyond rupees 100 crores. So you need to plan for all the future activities you need to achieve or you want to earn or you want to achieve your targets on time, effective and efficient manner. Next is planning involves decision making. Yeah, either planning involves decision making. How planning involves decision making? As it helps to all the management, all levels of management, it helps that whatever the plan should be maintained, it should be measured, monitored or controlled or not. Whether my plan is going on the right track or not. If my plan is working correctly, then my objectives can be achieved. But if my plan is not working correctly, my objectives won't be achieved on time. Or else, if I want to make a decide whether this particular plan is best for this, or I must say, if you are able to decide which vendor is best for you, which alternative is best for you, it always helps with the planning. As in each and every vendor, each and every alternative, you will decide who is the best vendor, what is the prices, what are their resources they are providing, what are the services they are providing. Now you need to analyze all of them so that you will get the better opportunity and better particular person or vendor so that you can achieve your targets on time. If you get the best vendor for your products who gave you a best prices, as in optimum prices for the best quality of products, then my dear friends, you will obviously select for particular that person only. You won't select the person who is getting the higher prices or who is demanding higher prices for worse quantities. You will always select the person who is giving the best prices with the best quality of services. Clear? So planning also helps to decision making also. Planning essentially involves choice from among various alternatives and activities. If there is only one possible goal or possible course of action, there is no need for planning. But because there is no choice, but planning is required only when there are multiple alternatives or there are multiple choices we have. only when alternatives are available. In actual practice, planning presupposes the existence of alternatives. Planning thus involves thorough examination and evaluation of each alternative and choosing the most appropriate one. It helps us to decide whether which work should be done first, what kind of resources I need to be used, what kind of selective sources, what kind of selective person I need to be used, what kind of targets, what kind of amount I need to pay. It all gets the evaluation, and with the help of planning we can decide whether I should give my particular task or my particular product to this person or not. It is all comes under planning. Last but not least, planning is a mental exercise. What do you mean by planning is a mental exercise? How? Mental exercise means, yeah, mind game or something like that. My dear friends, what we think about that, planning don't requires mind or mind. Planning don't require. Planning is generally based on the experiences or past evaluations only. What we thought about this only. This is misconception, my friends. Planning is require your mental exercise. It requires that if you are maintaining a new ideas or creating a new ideas, then you should maintain that whether your idea should be possibly feasibly viable or not, whether your idea is working that time or not, or if my idea is not working at that time, then what's the next plan I have to use. As in, if plan A fails, then plan A, B should be worked, or if plan B also fails, then plan C also worked. We need to backup, we need to create a backup plans so that my organizational objectives are to be achieved on time. Remember, as in however you are using your mind, you are using a new ideas to create, to achieve the targets. It helps you to gain the targets of the organization, as well as you can expand your mind, you can think about beyond the box, or you can think like out of the box. Then only you can succeed, or then only you can achieve your targets. Let's understand this. Planning requires application of the mind involving foresight, intelligent imagination, and sound judgment. Imagination and sound judgment. It is basically an intellectual activity of thinking rather than doing. Yeah, mark this thing. It is basically an intellectual activity of thinking rather than doing, because planning determines the action to be taken. However, planning requires logical and systematic thinking rather than guesswork or wishful thinking. It requires logical and systematic thinking. Yeah. In other words, thinking for planning must be orderly and based on the analysis of facts and forecasts. All kind of thinking should be based on analysis and forecast. It can't be based on your experience only. It has to be analyzed properly. It has to be checked that proper pros and cons done on particular analysis, or as well as you has to be analyzed that such particular task or vendor or particular raw material or particular resources are proper suitable or proper apt for your organization or not. It all covers under the concept of planning. So while using the planning, you need to do a very much mental exercise so that you can achieve your targets on time, as well as you can analyze all the situations and create all the backup plans for the organization. Clear, my friends? Thank you.